allowance from board members when the Sacco becomes profitable. Resolution to approve sitting allowance from board members when the Sacco becomes profitable. So that's also one area that I had forgotten. Sorry about that. I'll go through them, Madam Secretary. You're done with that? Okay. I'll go through them again one by one, and I'll bring the question, as always, to have the proposer and a seconder on each one of them. So the first one is the resolution to expand the panel of auditors between 3 and 6 companies and approve the auditors for 2016. Do I have a proposer for that resolution? Jeff, as proposed, can I have a seconder for that? Sarah, seconded. Thank you. That is approved.
Let's get the first and last name so that we can have it on record. Okay. And Sarah?
Sarah Mutisia. Jeffrey Brower and Sarah Mutisia. All right. The second resolution to expand the panel of law firms between 3 and 6. Can I have a proposer? Yes.
By increasing the legal panel, is the board and the Sacco supposed to pay the retainer fees? Anytime you have a legal.
No, there is no retainer. All that is you have them listed, and actually you just have them listed as possible. They have to do an application for the Sacco to have them listed as companies that can offer service to the Sacco, and they must be vetted to see their credibility and their ability to deliver. Okay. Yes.
For the first resolution, there was the issue of the legality requirement by the ministry. Is that also a legality, or is this just a suggestion to have a variety? In other words, is there an issue in having a Shitiva on the panel?
No, there is no, there has been no, it is a formality. It is not necessarily a legal issue or a complaint issue. It is always that you are advised. And remember, the checks and the balances, like what we have been talking about. Not having one company, because then you might be, from the supervisory point of view, you might be single-handed. Remember, you're a public entity. You may be accused of single-handedly picking institutions that are offering services to us. So we have a number of them that have already been shortlisted for the purpose of that. So that is, and remember, as we are growing to become a bigger and more stronger Sacco, we must look ahead of time on those issues that may come to the Sacco attention. So we preempt them, have all those really listed to make sure that we are in compliance. So we are at resolution number 2, resolution to expand the panel of lawyers between 3 and 6 companies. Can I have a proposer?
I'll propose resolution number 2. But on that question, I want to follow up on the question you just asked.
Yes.
When you have on expanding the auditors, are they limited to the 3-year period? And if so, if they are listed, are they deemed active or unless until they do the an audit?
The proposal to expand is allowing the board to now be able to seek for proposals from those firms, and then when they bring the proposals, the board is going to shortlist those ones who qualify as per the required standards. Now, when they qualify, you put them on your list. Like in the banking industry, what you call them the panel that you pack, that there should then be need for you to pick the company for whatever service that the other company may not be able to deliver, or should there be a conflict of interest, then you're able to have somebody on the standby who you can bring on board. And you do not need to pay any retainers or anything. Just have them shortlisted as the people that you can pick should there be a need. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. So now there's a proposal. Your full names?
Michael Karoki.
Michael Karoki. Can I have a seconder? Yes, please. Your full names? Patrick Mwangi, seconded. Let's go to the resolution number 3. The resolution number 3 is the resolution to increase the borrowing power of the Sacco to 2 billion Kenya shillings. And remember, members, this is what we always do, is what we call a cautionary resolution. We are not going to borrow, but should there be need for us to do so, we give them both that money to be able to do that. And remember last year you saying that for that any kind of borrowing to happen, the guys in the supervisory committee must be able to approve and authorize that. So, can I have a proposal?
I propose, but I think a point of correction. A sailing of the borrowing is ratified in the AGM, not supervisory committee, which approves anything.
No, I'm saying we cannot, I agree with you, Collins, but what I'm saying is the board cannot wake up today and say we are going to borrow. Yeah, okay. No, not the approval. I'm saying in terms of when it comes to the time of borrowing, we must have somebody else checking, making sure that we are not borrowing for whatever things that are not necessary. Yes, so you have proposed?
I have proposed.
Okay, can I have a second on that? Yes, please. Benta Kwom, seconded. Thank you. Resolution number 5, resolution number 4, resolution to approve opening of a dollars account. That one we... Okay, sorry. I have something mixed up here, Angela. Okay, let's see. Your resolution number 4 says what? Okay. So the resolution to confirm the 4 new board members into the full board of 9 and to continue performing their duties for the calendar year 2016-2017 with elections for the AGM coming 2017. And I remember the members were very particular about this clause, and I hope you're going to insert it in there. Elections to be held in 2017 with or without the ministry presiding officer, but with the approval of the commissioner. So I think, please put that one because the members expressed that and I think it is important to have it included. Yes.
I want the advice of the attorneys who are in the room. Would it be legally binding? Because the article requires the operating officer to be here. If we go ahead and the new board, would it be legally binding?
A presiding officer, in my understanding, and I will give Mr. Pandit from the legal perspective to answer, the commissioner of cooperatives, if they appoint somebody who would be the presiding officer on behalf, and it is done in writing, then that is binding because it's come from the ministry.
No, it's in case nobody comes.
No, we cannot, remember what we have said, with the approval of the commissioner. So we cannot do anything until that approval is available. It won't be binding. If we did elections and we did not have the approval from the commissioner or from the office in writing, and there's a presiding officer. Opande,
I'm not sure if I'm fully qualified. I'll probably prefer that because that is under the Societies Act in Kenya, and I happen to live and work in the US. But logical thinking is that if they send a representative, and perhaps this is not what the board needs to look ahead of time and say, can someone from the embassy, because the embassy is a branch of the government, can the ambassador come and be the presiding officer or someone from the embassy? Because it's an element of neutrality in terms of how the elections are conducted. So I think that can be satisfying. I don't foresee that holding us back. But then again, it's just being able to plan ahead of time. And if we're able to do that, then it's not going to be an element of we can't move forward because that wasn't there. But that's the board now to go and do that. Let them go find out. They know what we want. We don't want to be held back come next elections.
Sure, thank you, Laban. But I think even the commissioner this morning really was very clear when he, I don't know whether, John, you're here when the commissioner called in, and he was very, very specific that next year, definitely for under whatever circumstance, we are going to have somebody present. So again, as the board, I think we're going to hold him to that, should there be some discrepancy to that statement. Okay? So can I have a proposal on that? Yes, please, your names? Susan Waithaka. Proposal, can I have a seconder? Yes, please, at the corner. Winnie Bukachi.
Confirmation, is it 2 different resolutions or just one?
I think it's one.
One. It's one. Yeah, it's one, all inclusive, one. Mm-hmm. You are, the other resolution, I think it was yours is number 5. Number 5 is the resolution to open Sacco agents across the country following Sacco bylaws.
Do you call Sacco agents or Sacco chapters?
No, I think the best thing is to call them agents for now, because the individual, instead of calling them chapters, it's individual members that we are calling in to take these roles. And for those members who are not here in the morning session, the chairman's presentation and report indicated that as a SACCO, we are looking at having members participate in the marketing and the activities of the SACCO. And we want members to be representatives of the SACCO in their regions, wherever they come from. And we want to open this one up across the whole of the United States, wherever you reside. So, and we'll be seeking for members to give their applications as soon as possible, so that we can be able to open that and help in marketing the SACCO in a broader way as another measure of cutting costs in terms of marketing. So can I have a proposal on that? Yes, please. Yeah? Is Stephen? Oh, Sherry. Okay.
Before we confirm that, sorry, I think that there's a caveat that may ride with that because of I don't know exactly what it means to be an agent for a SACCO, but if it's an issue of simply taking forms and drawing membership, it's different than receiving money from members to deposit with the SACCO. So I'm assuming that as that is being done, the board will be worried about the deposit taking of money from members.
No, but we do not take members' money, and there will be no agent taking any members' money. Actually, every agent must go through a training process of exactly what they are expected to do. You're not just going to wake up, we are not going to wake up and make you an agent without even knowing what you're going to do. So we are going to walk you through a training and that process of evaluation to make sure that at least you understand what is at stake and what needs to be done.
That should be clear, because and it protects both liabilities for the SACCO, because we don't want someone to take money on behalf of the SACCO and then we start being chased by that individual that you, Diaspora Sacco, took my money when we don't even know.
It was legal. Yeah, absolutely. So I think that it will be very critical so that we make sure as you become an agent, all what we're asking you to do is, for example, the recruitment of members, but when you're recruiting, you're not even going to be collecting the fees that come with that. We have systems that are already set up that is going to make that happen. And as a member who is also going to be trained effectively, you should be able to understand, ready to work the members who are coming in on those systems that are in place that do not allow you to collect money, to collect anything on behalf of the SACCO apart from processing the documents that are needed. Yes, please.
Agents with representatives.
Yes. Representative. Yes. Thank you. That one, are you members in agreement with that? Yes. Thank you. So we replace that resolution, and I'm going to read it again. The resolution to open SACCO representatives, would we call them points? Appoint, okay. The resolution to appoint SACCO representatives across the country following SACCO bylaws. I think that one now actually, yes, suffices, yes. So we become representatives as opposed to agents. Can I have a proposal on that?
We already have a proposal.
Oh, we do? Okay, seconder? You second, what's your name? Pauline Bull, okay. Thank you, that is done. And the other resolution is, I think this should be the last one, is the resolution to approve seating allowances for board members when the SACCO becomes profitable. Now, The Sacco members have been, the Sacco board members have been working for the last 3 years without any allowance. And we want to set a precedent as we move forward. When the Sacco becomes profitable, every Sacco is required to give some seating allowances to its board. And this has not happened. These board members have worked for free since the inception of this Sacco. And it's about time we feel as a board it is time now to initiate this, but only when the Sacco is profitable. Yes?
It's not based on profitability. I think you guys have been contravening the law. There's no board of any Sacco, whether poor one, who has been working on a volunteer basis.
That's
Why
right.
I think the job has been really not very efficient. So I think, to me, you need to, because we're not in the business of profitability anyway, how will you even engage the procedure of a Sacco? So I think we need so it should not have when it becomes profitable.
Okay. So we just remove from when it becomes profitable and say resolution to approve seating allowances for the board members, period. Okay.
The chair, you would have proposed a figure, but we are not going to trust you. Some kind of things you need to bring them early and the members to say, okay, this figure. Yeah, because there's no harm about it. That's the law, you know. So, but we leave it.
No, actually, you have been in the circles for a period of time, and I want to ask the board, the members, to give me a figure which you think is reasonable, where you think you can approve.
That's why I don't want you to. I don't want you to put it on the kind of side. Mr. Chair, this is a global cooperative society, and I think you guys need to be more serious. And some of us have been here for the whole day, but we are very sad and we are challenging you that as soon as we talk about the resolutions, when you go back, you guys need to go and sit and come with a strategic plan of where we want to go. Because 5 years down the line and we don't have a strategic plan, those are some of the things that we really we need to watch out, but we will forgive you. I think you guys need to go and check because there's a normal standard across board for, you can find out what others, because like the others were giving, things have changed a little because of the fuel and all that stuff. But if you can get some reasonable figure, we are giving you, don't make it so exorbitant, but make it reasonable.
Sure. Thank you. That is a great observation. Yes, Jeff.
I have a comment. I think maybe the wording was the wrong thing there, because if we just leave it open like that and we come up with a figure, assuming it's a year that, God forbid, we hit a deficit, how do you then justify an allowance in a year that has a deficit? You're digging a hole inside a hole, like potholes on Nairobi roads, right? So can we tie it to a surplus? Surplus meaning profit-making company makes a profit. Sacco makes a surplus.
No. I think with due respect, allowances are not given because of surplus or profit. And I think we'll allow us to advise people who have been in this game for long. It is based on supplementing members. That's why you saw that member was very bitter, but it was bitter to a person who was just volunteering. If he was getting some little allowance, he would not even I think the rule of the game is this. There's a figure and it's provided in the law. Any committee member who is serving, including the supervisory, by the way, these guys need to be trained because they are part of you. Some of the things they are telling you they should be having, when you have your joint meetings, they should be telling you that, you need to work on the strategic plan. You need to work on this. So that when they come to us as members, they are reporting what they told you guys, which you've done and which you've not done. Part and parcel of the board. So when they say, you board, I feel like I want to stand, but because I've been talking. You are part and parcel of them. The only thing is that you are overseeing what they are doing and advising them, so that 1 year down the line, next AGM, you don't come and talk about strategic plan, because I almost asked you, did you share with them in your joint meeting? Because we want to see the joint meeting between the supervisory and the executive and other committees before you come to us. So you guys need to organize your order.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Point of clarification, we did meet with the board And we, supervisory committee, is not part of the board. It's representative of the members. We check on the board, just like in the U.S. government, you have 3 legs of the government. Supervisory committee checks on the board. Right? The board is checking on the office. We work for you, and we did have an 8-hour-long meeting with the board. All the things that we shared there, we even went to extent detail with the board yesterday. Everybody's evident. We had that meeting yesterday. So I just wanted to clarify that there is checks and balances. We are representing you, and you could as well fill this position next year or whatever. So we are not part of it.
But let me also comment something else.
Yeah,
Let me comment before.
I can drop things for free.
Sure.
The thing is, in normal practice, we are supposed to elect 9 committee members. Then within a week or so, you go and constitute yourself in those other committees. Supervisory committee, credit committee, education committee, and all that. That is when our roles differ. But out of the 9 committee members elected, they are all board members. All these committees are other committees, so there's no independence.
Let me take it back a little bit. Mr. Collins, 1 second. I think I was there when that issue came last year in Houston. The element was that, first of all, let's not get an issue of a fight, right? Really, the supervisory was more of a complementary committee to the board, to be able to give them a view outside what we imagine the membership. We sort of are a representation of the general membership. The board is still there to sit and formulate policy, strategic plan, guidelines, vision, and all that. Now, while they do that, because they're not going to be, the next time they meet you is the next AGM.
No, this is my area of specialty, so I think I'll accept your advice.
That's what I understood.
Authority?
No. It's not authority.
I'm telling you what I know.
I'm just saying from the understanding of how it came to be. That's how I understand
They
it.
need to induct you guys on your own.
So no, that's okay. We are going to do that. I think that.
But what I wanted to comment about that allowance, because there ought to be still a way to be able to control that allowance. Because are we saying, so let's say the board decides to meet every 2 weeks for the whole year. First of all, is that necessary? And then are they still entitled to that meeting every 2 weeks? Because that can really add up, up to the end of the year. So there ought to be some way of saying, okay, maybe this many, and I don't know exactly how the board has, like in terms of how many meetings, because sometimes issues come just in the middle of time and they have to address it. And that has to be a sitting. And so therefore they have to be given the allowance, correct? So, but at the same time, it cannot be a open blank check.
No. Actually, let me. Was actually confirming that. Collins, I want you to go to our bylaws, I think Article 13, which is very clear, the distinction between the supervisory committee and the board. It is very clear out there. So please make reference to our bylaws because they did explain exactly how that is done. So I think it is important we stop at that one. And then the next thing that I want to say is that bringing to what Laban is saying, we cannot, even though the board requires to be given allowance, we don't want the board just to have an open blanket. That we are going, the board has been given things to do whatever they wish and collect whatever they wish. Now, in our bylaws also, there is a number of meetings that we are supposed to have annually. There is a cap to that. We can't just meet and continue drawing members' resources. You can't go beyond 15 meetings in a year. So if we do that, and then we are drawing the members' money in Daventry, of course, that is illegal and is not allowed. So the reason why we are bringing this resolution and the way we are bringing it, we are mindful of the costs. And actually, we are mindful of making sure that members' resources are utilized effectively. We don't want wastefulness. That's what that's what we are saying. Yes, please.
I think what we are missing, in Sacco in Kenya, they use the word honorarium because it's so much different with the sitting allowance.
Honorarium now itself also brings another that's a terminology that also has its own activities. It's going to open a lot of issues. So please, we have done a little bit of research on what we are proposing, and it is to the best interest of the members. I am a member. Tomorrow I may not be a board member. I want to make sure that my resources are utilized effectively by anybody who comes in to sit on this seat when I'm not there. So as I'm doing this, I am aware of what is required as a board member. So, and I'm not a board member and I'm not a Sacco member. I'm still a member, even though I'm in this position. So please, I think I would rather hold that because we are really getting out of time and we are going to be kicked out of here when our time is up. So could I please, I restate this resolution once more. And the reason why, John, please.
You missed one before you close.
Yes.
You did not discuss about the opening of the door account. You mentioned that then.
I've not finished on it yet. It is going to come last. I was not following Madam Secretary's. Yeah. So the resolution to approve seating allowance for the board members. I am suggesting, are you, okay, could you give us a figure?
The last one I earned when I was a board member was around 1,500. Then, those years.
1,500 per seating.
That was several years back.
Is that Kenya shillings or dollars?
That is shillings. Long time ago.
Now, what then? What you see? I wonder. Yes. In the U.S., if we give you the current rate in the U.S. for actually not Kenyan institutions, the U.S. institutions, you are going to pay at least $250 per sitting as a board member. So are you approving that? If you approve that, we go with it.
Now, there are two things here. There are two things here. Now, the proposal here is how much per sitting or how much per hour?
No. Let's do it per sitting.
Per sitting?
Yes.
Per sitting.
Yeah. So, okay. Members, please allow me to restate this once more, and then again we finalize on it. Majority, you have said, we pick what goes on the current status.
Let me say something. Maybe let's shelve that for a little bit so that you be given enough time to research on the amount, because 250 is too low. I'm telling you this.
No, the board members, Jacob, the board members are willing to take that. Because to start with, and by the next AGM, Jacob, the next AGM, then what we need to do, we will review the status at that particular point. I think the board members have been serving you members without any allowances, pay. We are not here to say that we want you to give us a pay, whatever. It is an appreciation that we are saying, a token of appreciation. If you say 250 is what it is right now in the current prevailing situation, the board members are willing to take that. Yes, each seating for the 15 meetings at 250.
So 250
per member, yes.
Yeah, okay. I think it should also, because, okay, when you look at 250, per member, it looks like a small amount of money. But when you add the number of board members that are being paid, and then you multiply by the number of meetings, that figure adds up. So it's important for us to be able to be, conscious of how many meetings are going to be held in 1 year in order to determine how much money.
Bylaws are clear about the number of meetings. They can never be more than 15.
Yeah, and they explained, that one I started by explaining, the board cannot have more than 15 meetings in a year, it is already in the bylaws, very well stipulated. So
we're talking about 25,000 a year.
well, now the reason why, now members, and I want to bring you back to the resolution the way we had stated it at the beginning, and you said, and Collins brought that item up. Now, our statement was very clear, and there is a reason why we had put that statement across. The resolution to approve seating allowances for board members when the Sacco becomes profitable. Now, if it doesn't make sense, then again we come back now. Resolution to approve seating allowance for board members at $250 per sitting per member. I think, to me, if you agree, we close it and go to the next one. Yes.
Yes, I think we can vote on that today, because the next time we meet that
is next year. Absolutely.
So why don't we vote by show of hands?
Sure. Those who are in agreement to that proposal, can I have hands?
Let me ask I have a question for you. I have a simple question.
Okay, please.
For example, a board member is from Florida, and the meeting is in Atlanta, and there are also board members within Atlanta who will just cross.
No, no. Let me tell you something. I am based in Kenya. We are based across the continents and what have you, the whole of the United States and also in Kenya. We hold our sittings online. We are an e-Sacco, so we don't travel to go for physical meetings. So again, it is important we explain this effectively so that you understand what we are talking about. We sit for hours on Skype and other mediums so that we can be able to address these issues, not physical travels.
And also, when you're talking about allowances, you're
I think can we call a vote into this and then please, because yes, let's call a vote into this. I think let me have the hands of those who approve this resolution.
Can you say the resolution again?
Let me replay. It is already on the board.
Mr. Chair, I think you've given only one figure. If there was a proposal of 500 and 300, I have a right to say.
Yeah, okay.
Voting is logical. But it's a figure that is only one. So if there's anybody with another figure, can present. But I think
Give me a figure. I
said with 250.
250. Anybody with another figure? I mean,
Mr. Chairman, let's have a proposal as second.
No, that is too high. Yes, no, 1,000 would be on the higher side. I think what can I have a proposal for this motion for that 250? Collins has proposed. Can I have a seconder? Your name, please? Rispa. That motion has been proposed and seconded. Thank you. Let's get to the next one. The last one is the resolution to approve the opening of a dollars account as it was proposed in the last AGM. I think that one I just need a straight proposal.
I can propose, but with an amendment.
Yes. Did you get that one, Madam Secretary? Okay. The proposal, the resolution to approve opening of dollar accounts where members can borrow either in Kenya shillings or USD. Okay, that one is a proposal, and I need now, Point Treasurer, what we'll do in this resolution, in terms of the members borrowing, I will put a caveat to that, and we will say, if the Sacco does not hold your money in dollars, you'll be subjected to the bank's borrowing. Because,
Okay, mine is just to clarify on that issue of giving loans in dollars. Actually, even right now, if a member wants their loan converted back to dollars, we actually do that. You can borrow in Kenya shillings, but we convert it back to dollars. But the loan is maintained in Kenya shilling. Remember, our primary reporting currency is Kenya shilling. We are a Kenyan registered entity. So at this point, the Sacco is young, and it's good to appreciate that. If we bring the issue of multi-currency, we shall require a system that can be able to handle multi-currency. I don't want to recommend that at this point, because that's a system that can cost us Kenya shillings 8 million. And this one will actually somehow put us in more deficit. We are coming there. Give us time to grow fast. Then when we start working, now we can move to multi-currency. So for now, what I'm saying, let's continue lending in Kenya shillings, but when we have the muscles, we can do multi-currency.
I support what GM said, and in addition say that the Sacco is a Sacco by law, according to the cooperative law, and when we were registered, one of the key things that we were taught by the ministry is we cannot keep our money in dollars. So I know it's going to be a hard one, although it may first the resolution, but it may be a hard one really to convince the ministry. But however, we are not going to sleep. We're going to find a way that in the near future, we can probably do something like that. Remember, we're also exploring ways of registering an investment vehicle here in the US. So if that comes in place, then we can have all that in place. So the board is thinking. The board is thinking. That's all I wanted to say. So, but for now, let's just work with Kenya shillings.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. And actually, Chair, for some correction, the resolutions that we had passed last year's AGM, the Ministry had already approved. The Commission had already approved, which and already had the issue of the opening the dollar account. So all what we will need to do is, because we did not do it under that calendar here, maybe put it there and see if we can, they can de-approve it again, and then we see what needs to be done. So that is, I think, I may need now then to recall that resolution on its previous standing. So the resolution was to open a dollars account. And we leave it at that without now, John, what you are recommending. So can I have a seconder on that, a proposal on that? Oh, you propose, yes, and the seconder?
Names right here.
Please, the names. And the seconder? Bernard who? Bernard Kingori. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, I want to really thank you for giving me this opportunity to present this session. And thank you for your patience. I know we have been here since morning, and I know you have traveled from far and wide. Please take our appreciation as the board members, and thank you for even giving us this opportunity to be able to serve you at this point. And with those remarks, I'm going to call back the secretary so that we can be able now to give us the final sentiments before we close.
Thank you so much for your continued attention and just a really vibrant meeting. This is what we like about our AGM, is that it's very engaging, you participate, and that's the way it should be. Before we close, I will call two gentlemen to help me adjourn the meeting. We'll start off with a gentleman that has been termed Mzee wa Kijiji. So, Mzee wa Kijiji, would you please?
Sorry, there is one item that was forgotten. Madam Secretary, could you bring back that slide on the expansion of the auditors panel? We needed to appoint the auditors for 2016-2017. Sorry, we did not call that as a resolution so that we can appoint them. And I think the recommendation here now is to appoint the current auditors to do the next audit 2016, 2017, which will be their last, as per the required law. Any proposal on that? Collins, Sekoda, Jeffrey, resolution passed. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you did not endure this process. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you for sitting for these many hours. If you're like me, I lose concentration fairly quickly. I tune out. But it looks like everybody here has been very alert, and I hope when you go back home, you will tell your friends that umejivuna kuwa member and not umejivunia kuwa member and not umevumilia kuwa member. Okay? Now, I would like to close this. I'm not actually closing. This is a small vote of thanks. The other vote of thanks will be presented by someone else. But all I'm trying to say is our strategy. Someone had said, I talked about long-term and short-term strategy. Our short-term strategy now is a happy hour, okay? We have planned a small happy hour later on in the evening down at Swahili Village. For those who are from here, you know where Swahili Village is. From those outside, we'll take you there. So we have a small happy hour there. We'll go down to Swahili at 8 p.m. We've reserved some seats. Go back to your rooms, freshen up, and let's all meet at Swahili. But one more thing, one small thing I want to say to those people who are from here, local members. I would like us to meet at some point. Collins. Please. I would like us to meet at some point and, speak and talk about the expanding the membership from here. Because I'd like this AGM to come back here. All right? And so let's meet, do a little something, and try and expand the Sacco here. And with that, I would like to invite back the secretary to. Oh, and who is it? David. Yeah.
So I trust and hope that you've had a great AGM meeting today. I know you've all been very engaged. Sometimes I would notice some heads were nodding and then the questions come up and alafu munaamuka. Lakini, let me just start off by saying that it's a privilege to have been asked to conduct and do this vote of thanks on behalf of the board. And I'd like to start by thanking all the speakers. So if you don't mind, let's just applaud all the speakers today, because it takes preparatory work to actually come here and present to you and to make sure we have the facts and the information correct. Now, I know normally there were a lot of things that were said today, but at least I know I heard three things. Okay, three things that I know I heard. The first one was that I heard, and this is what was that this is your Sacco, right? It is your Sacco. Each of you individually have a share, and with that share, it was shared that it pays to make payments because you're paying yourself. So it doesn't pay to sit on the fence. And as the general manager said, you're getting zero for sitting on the fence. So it does pay to pay yourself. Second thing I also know I heard today was that you're guaranteed returns for your savings. It doesn't make a difference. You are guaranteed results. You cannot lose. Okay? And with that, the fact that you're not guaranteed to lose, I think the general manager said, we want to make you rich, okay? And by that, we want to put your savings to work for you. I also heard that it doesn't make a difference of all the things that we do as a Sacco and all the investment plans we make. If you don't act, nothing will come of it. So you need to take advantage of what it is that you have given us. This is your Sacco, and you need to take advantage of it and put it to work. There is a fixed cost that the Sacco has, and that's your deficit. So by putting it to work, you overcome that fixed cost. So that said, I also wanted to share on the board understands, again, the board is your membership. We are all members. We understand the need for transparency. We understand the needs for accountability, and we understand the need for reliability. We value those attributes, okay? We value those. And we also recognize that our goal is to keep those costs down and to make sure that your money is going towards giving you back a dollar on the investment and not going as an expenditure. So that is something that the board understands. There is something else that you need to understand the board understands. And this is, if you look at the experience of the board members on there, you will be able to appreciate when I say we're diaspora. And I'll just use it from my perspective. I shared earlier that I have worked with the state of California for over 25 years in various capacities. One of the things I discovered, and I didn't know I discovered in this, I was working in a role as I was in charge of the infrastructure for the California Highway Patrol for the state of California. Basically what that meant is anybody who dialed 911, when the call goes into the communication center and the person picks up the phone call, anything behind that, I was accountable and responsible for. So one of the things I was is as a technologist, I was looking at technology, I also quickly realized that there is something behind it. It's called money. So there's a large budget behind it. And what I discovered, it wasn't because of David, but because of that money behind it. I could pick up a phone call to anybody. You call it Cisco, Microsoft, Novell. I got into the top dog. Got to them on the spot. Why am I telling you this? You need to make your money work for you, okay? They were looking at that money behind there. Now, the gentleman from Wall Street talked about how we have numbers, okay? We are sitting on money. We're sitting and speaking an individual voice. Now, I want you to picture this. If we take all that money we have together and we have, like, say, $100 million, which is about 10 billion shillings, okay? This is your board. It's you, your money, you, okay? Using that money to make change, a positive change. Our friend in the back gave us an example, one we could solve that. I want you to imagine that 10 billion is behind that, and the phone call is made on his behalf to KCB. Change, okay? That's you. I digressed a little bit. But with that said, someone said in the meeting, where at least there is, where your heart is, that is where your treasure is. I wanted to acknowledge, I really want to acknowledge the general manager for his speech on education, please. That was something very valuable. Wanted to acknowledge the report of the general manager also. Chairman. Chairman, thank you. The presentation by the head of investment, there's a considerable amount of work that has gone into putting the investment together, a significant amount of work. She is a gem, and you don't know, guys, don't know how much. There many of you have small groups trying to make investments back home. She's the person on the ground who's your ear, and she told me a story last night, I won't go into it, but she simplifies things. But it's a resource that is available to all of you and will be available to all the other members you bring by in terms of information. certainly want to recognize Ashoti, the group, George, for discussion in the laws and making sure we're compliant in his speech. And I also want to also express and then I would like, least but not last, like to take a quick minute and just have you think about a minute what it takes to make this happen, okay? The streaming, the videos, the seats, the food, and the hotel, okay? Someone has to work to make that happen. And it takes work, and it takes months and sometimes hours. Negotiations, things not working. With that said, I'd like to Angela and James for taking care of the streaming, the site here.
I apologize. I presented a budget and nobody approved it.
Okay, wait, no.
I have a right to stand here because I don't know how I'm going to work next year.
No problem. So can we we need a resolution approving the budget?
Proposer, number
Can you
one.
proposer? And a seconder. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I mean, the Wall Street guy came over and a lot of things happened.
All right. Thank you for the approval, and you've been very. Yeah. Thank you very much, and thank you very much for your patience. I know you're ready. We're almost done, and so thank you. And again, it just goes to show how much you care, and how much you care, and how much you're actually involved in the organization, and we continue to value that. Anyway, so wanting to acknowledge Angela and Mr. Sam for the work for this whole, specifically for this site. Many of you got emails and information and media notices. A lot of that was actually championed by Eric with other team members. And there was also a lot of behind-the-scenes work that took place, and certainly by the new board members at large. I want to recognize Catherine, and certainly the vice chair also helped with that. Okay. Yeah, she pointed at me, but so with that said, again, the message is one of them before. In order for change to occur, we need your help, and we need you to help yourselves by reaching out to other members and asking people to, and also you yourselves, before I forget, what we have done today is done with 30% of the membership involvement. So I want you to imagine if we have the 100% involvement. So please get engaged in that regard. But with that said, all non-members or folks who are not here or who have not joined yet, please join. You'll be able to join by going outside and reaching out to members to the group committee for that. Okay. Last thing. Next AGM, we have thoughts about 3 sites for the AGM. The board has not settled down on what it is. We will reach out to you. We will reach out to you for locations for the AGM. So we have not identified a location, but we will be reaching out to you with that particular information. Okay. Last but not least, I want to finish out again with this reminder. This circle is about you. Let's make it happen. Let's pool our money and speak with one voice and get the change that we need. Okay? We can do it. All right. With that said, if I could ask all of you up to stand so we can say a prayer as we get out of here. Father in heaven, we thank you for this day and this membership meeting. And we thank you for the opportunity to make a difference as we grow. Remember those who are in an hour of need, those who are sick, or hungry, and or in places of war. We pray that they all might find peace. We pray as we go forward in the next fiscal year that we'll accomplish what it is that will help us bless others. We pray for a safe journey and return of our memberships to their homes. We pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you very much.
All right, so thank you. This meeting is officially adjourned.
I want to say something. Excuse me. I know already we are overwhelmed by people who have completed the purchase unit application forms, and I forgot to put something very critical there or to indicate what you do with the form. Once you complete your form, you can scan, email it to the Sacco at info@kenyausa-diasporasacco.com. Sorry, kenyadiasporasacco.com. You can also see us outside here so we can give you the details as they should be. Thank you.
Can you tell the young man to stop? Wait, no one. I said, excuse me. Not you call it.
Of course.
No, yours might come out.
No, you have to smile. My communion, you have to smile.
You talk to Sam. Come out bad.
That's all right.
But I like your confidence. Except check it. Oh, I thought you were going to stay and take it to the California. I know, for making the trip. And next year we'll go there to
I do have for this island. But next, yes, I was going to propose the very thing about whether we can have it on the West Coast. It's golden age story. Maybe not this year, but the following year. I got to get around. Yeah, I just. Oh, I've talked to them. I talked to your Mr. Galayo. I know who he is. I told him. I talked to him before. I know he.
My dad came to study here during that time of Obama. He met my mother. So he said, no, he got his education, everything. He said, no, it's better. I'm better off in Kenya than here. So most of my life we were brought up in Kenya, but we came back when we grew up. We came back. But because we were in two homes. My mother is from Florida.
Okay. Excellent. My kids of course are born here. My wife's in Kenya, but my boys are born here.